WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow. You know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside Lucas Twitch DeSangro, calling a bit of an audible.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be down at the world-famous Monster Factory, and as soon as the show goes off the air in 54 minutes, we will be making our way down there, but due to circumstances beyond my control, we are not broadcasting from there. But, you know, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Unless you're Cave Johnson, then you give the lemons back and make combustible lemons to burn their house down. I don't know. It's a Portal 2 reference.
John from Northeast Philly would.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be the one who would appreciate that. So, that gives us the opportunity to take your calls here in studio, 215-949-3232, or toll free at 888-922-2149. The huge MFPW, a huge MFPW show going on tonight at the Monster Factory. We're going to be having a lot of fun with that. It's Fan Appreciation Night.
Yes.
Yeah, I know I promoted it over the course of the week, but tickets, if you bought them online, just $5 to get in. That's a good 66% savings off of the usual general admission price.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. And even if you go down tonight, tickets at the door are just $10, which that's still a third off of what you'd usually pay, and it features fantastic action. Give you an idea, Paid in Full riding a winning streak in 2016. They've got their sights set on the MFPW Tag Team Championship as they challenge Punisher Martinez and QT Marshall of the Real Life Heels.
That's going to be a great match, I will say.
Plus, in supersonic action, LSG, Leon St. Giovanni goes one-on-one with Anthony Bennett.
That's another, a lot of these matches on the card are just going to be great. A lot of, a great night of wrestling, and the match between Bennett and LSG is going to be just a technical
That's
show.
going to be off the charts.
Yeah.
And in what I'm calling Battle of the Eye Candy, former heavyweight champion Clutch Adams taking on newcomer Cody Vance, who you heard here on the program a few weeks ago.
Yeah. You know, sort of holding...
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the winner of that's going to be the ladies in the audience.
Yeah, true.
I'll just leave it. To use a line from the late, great Gorilla Monsoon, both of those gentlemen are very well put together.
That is the truth.
Most certainly. Plus, you'll see Nick Camarado, Major McClendon, and much more at the MFPW event tonight at the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Make sure to follow the Monster Factory and the MFPW on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Plus, check out the MF Network at themfnetwork.com. Just a few things to kind of throw out there.
And, yeah.
So, I was gonna say, where do we go next here? Now that I've gotten the things just seem so, I don't know, askew. It's just been that way. It's what happens when you're, as you can tell by the way we both sound, we're both fighting whatever cold illness thing is going around.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of going, what the heck do we do here? I'm not really sure. That's kind of how it feels on some occasions.
Well, I mean, WWE just announced a new special event before WrestleMania. How about that?
Oh yeah, that's right. The Roadblock event.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna. It's got 3 matches announced so far. Mm-hmm. But it seems like it's going to be a nice event. You know, very.
Well,
good
yeah,
event.
it's a network exclusive.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with the Beast from the East, or Beast in the East, or whatever it was when they did the live special from Japan.
Or probably like Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, or something like that. In this case, yes, it's 1 week from tonight, actually.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Saturday night.
Saturday night, yes, March 12th. And it's going to be from the Ricoh Coliseum in Toronto, dramatic pause, Ontario, Canada.
Ooh, so it's the Canada exclusive special.
I guess you could call it that.
Well, we have 3 matches so far. We're going to see Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. It's
a match that a lot of people thought we were going to be seeing at WrestleMania, so it almost seems like this is a consolation prize or bonus or something along those lines.
We're also going to be seeing the NXT Tag Team Championships defended at WWE Roadblock.
NXT Roadblock. That's
NXT
funny.
TakeOver Roadblock. I like the name, though.
We're the roadblock in the road to WrestleMania.
Exactly. But it's going to be the Revival, which is Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson versus Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy for the NXT Tag Championships. And a lot of people are saying that this could be the night that Enzo and Cass finally win the NXT titles, like the NXT Tag titles.
It very well could be. And then Triple H defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose. How funny would it be for Dean Ambrose to just completely shake the WrestleMania picture and just take it and turn it upside down? Because if Dean Ambrose won that, it would be Ambrose against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But then what would you have happen with his no-holds-barred match with Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, put them in both. I don't care.
So Ambrose, Reigns, and Lesnar in a no-holds...
No, I'm saying put him in both matches. Ambrose and...
Wow. So have him defend the title against Reigns and have him face Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match?
Did I stutter? I'm just saying.
And why not complete the trifecta and have him do a demolition derby of some sort after that?
Hey, it's the more I see of Ambrose, the better. You know, I'm just saying. Just watch him fling himself at people, try to punch them, stuff like that.
And some people said that about Seth Rollins, too, and then you saw more than you probably wanted to see, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I went there. Something like that. All right, let's go to some Facebook feedback here. John from Northeast Philly chiming in said Jim Ross, while doing an interview, stated in said interview that Bret Hart is cancer-free. Bret Hart responded to the interview by stating that while he understood why JR made the comments, it's way too soon to rule out cancer altogether. Still, it's good news for Bret, but did JR just jump the gun a bit too early? Well, it's kind of a meshing of words, I guess, for lack of a better term. I mean, having surgery to remove cancer and I guess being cancer-free are two different things. I think it's just a matter of optimism on both of their parts, but a little more caution on Bret's part because even though you can have the surgery to remove cancer, there are times where it can come back. You know, you do have to have quarterly checkups just to make sure that there weren't some little bits in there that were kind of left over. I mean, I'm going somewhat to some, I guess, personal issues. I know that my mom had a brief run-in with breast cancer a few years ago, and thankfully, I mean, for the last, probably about 5 years now, she is cancer-free. So, I mean, this is something that, well, I mean, anything with cancer kind of hits home to pretty much everybody, don't you think?
Yeah, cancer sucks.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we do so much here at BCB for that. We do a lot of the stuff with the Relay for Life foundations and campaigns and whatnot. Man, we got really, dark and serious all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, if we're going to continue on that train...
Yeah, I guess we should get this out of the way, too. For those who missed it over the course of the last day and a half, a Japanese wrestling legend dead at the age of 47, Eiji Izaki, who wrestled worldwide as Hayabusa, passed away on Thursday. Now, fans in the States might best know Hayabusa from his one ECW pay-per-view match at Heatwave 98, which you can check out on the network. He teamed with Jinsei Shinzaki, known to American fans as Hakushi from the WWF, the dude with the white pants and all the Japanese tattoos on his body.
Yeah.
In a losing effort against then ECW Tag Team Champions Rob Van Dam and Sabu.
It was still a really good match, though.
Oh, that was my favorite match on the entire card. I mean, all the matches were good to great, but I think that one stood out the most for me, and I think a lot of that had to do with some of the aerial tactics of Hayabusa, which was kind of a double-edged sword because they call them high-risk maneuvers for a reason. Because just 3 years after that match, in 2001, he suffered a career-ending injury attempting a springboard moonsault a la a lion salt, like what Chris Jericho does, lost his footing, cracked 2 of his vertebrae, and was left paralyzed. I mean, but there's a positive to this story. As recently as last year, he had regained the use of his legs and could stand on his own and walk with a cane. There's some video footage of that. The first time that he was able to do so, they had him do that at a wrestling venue with a 10-bell salute, and it was just such an emotional thing to see, just like an inspirational.
I wonder if he could be the international entrant this year in the Hall of Fame.
I think the problem with that, though, is again you don't. I mean that would take care of the international, but also take care of the posthumous entry.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that a lot of fans would.
Rick Rude.
Well, I was going to say they would say that there are other people who have passed away who have kind of been waiting their proverbial term because there are a lot of deceased Hall of Fame worthy members, and since WWE tries to only do 1, maybe 2 at most per year, I think that there would be some fans who might take umbrage with him jumping the proverbial queue. That's all.
True.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying that I have a hunch that
Playing
would be
devil's advocate.
That's exactly what I do as a broadcast journalist.
Sean O'Hare, you.
Unfortunately, yes. Izaki died of a brain hemorrhage, and he was 47 years old. Condolences to everybody in in Hayabusa's family, and this is one of those that the entire wrestling world is feeling, to say the least. It's just you never want to see anybody necessarily go. Yeah, okay. WWE did put something up on the on their page. Yeah, saddened to learn that Japanese legend Hayabusa has passed away at the age of 47. So even WWE getting in on it. And see, this is what happens when pictures get put up on the page, and I have to try my best to describe. John putting up from Philadelphia to New Jersey, and then it's a picture of the couple of portals from the Portal 2 game that I made a reference to. So yeah, he of course understood it, and you're kind of going, what does he mean? What's this Cave Johnson person?
Well, I don't play Portal that much, but on a lighter set of news, and this is coming to us sort of last minute as well. Finding out a couple minutes ago, Kurt Angle is to be inducted into the International Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, I was looking it up. I was looking on Instagram, and Kurt Angle made a post about it. It's good for Kurt, just to bring a lighter, just to bring a more upbeat news to the wrestling community.
It is certainly appreciated. That's for sure. But it's always good to brighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Very
goodness. True. Well, I think it's just about time for a timeout, and given the fact that it sounds like I'm barely able to breathe, I should probably take care of that as well. I know. I'm finding a way to make this not disgustingness, or this disgustingness less disgusting, or something like that.
That is true.
Being sick is not fun. I think pretty much everybody can agree with that. So we're going to take care of a little bit of business here, and then we'll come back and get into some more news and notes. Got room for your phone calls as well. We got more Facebook feedback, and who knows what else as we gear up for the big Monster Factory event, even though we are here in studio today. Things changing second by second as we do around here. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry and Lucas Switch DeSangro here. Just doing what we do. Yeah, and trying to make it. We're like John Lennon. Whatever gets you through the night. That's kind of what we are at this point.
Shut up, Yoko.
Oh, no, that's not right.
Sorry.
Yeah, now you've crossed the line.
I wish there was a Beatles song called "Cross the Line." That would have been fun. Yeah, this marks the day the line was crossed for all you ECW fans.
Oh, goodness. Try to make a title or something. I don't know.
That could be the name of the episode, "The Day the Line Was Crossed." For the afternoon, the line was crossed.
And
that's the
line
most
was crossed.
Yeah.
No, I think "Down with the Sickness" is probably the better way to go, considering how we're both feeling.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So, we were talking about we were mentioning Hall of Fame, before we went into the break about Hayabusa and all that stuff. But while that may not be a factor, he might not be inducted. We have new Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
entrants
we do
announced.
have. That's right. Michael, I was going to say, longtime fans have been waiting for this one.
Oof.
Michael P.S. Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, and Jimmy Garvin, the fabulous Freebirds, finally getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. A lot of people feel, since I mentioned earlier about long overdue inductions, this would definitely qualify as one of them.
Yeah, that is very true.
So good to see that they're getting in. The Freebirds will be joining the Godfather and headliner Sting in this year's Hall of Fame ceremony. And that's going to be held 4 weeks from tonight.
Ooh, that is right. 28 days.
Yeah, the time is just kind of creeping upon us here.
And the time has now come upon us. This is a match where both men need to win and neither man can afford to lose. Yeah, sorry. I was doing like the WrestleMania X7 video package because the time is. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
Yes, I am, because that made no sense whatsoever. I'm actually apologizing to myself. Why would you bring that up on air, Lucas?
You've only been doing this for 2.5 years. You'd think you'd get some sort of an idea of how to do this by now.
Yeah, right. Seriously, no. But speaking of
that's all right. I'm not much better, and I've been doing this for almost 7 now. Oh gosh, that's right. A couple weeks from now, it'll be 7 years since I had the torch passed to me by Eric Gargiulo.
Well, that's
holy crap.
Wow. So, well, speaking of WWE Hall of Famers, a WWE Hall of Famer is going to donate his brain and spinal cord to the CTE.
I was going to say, can we get into that? I was going to say, we had a little bit more about the Freebirds thing. Well, Jimmy Garvin had actually spoken with Brian Fritz of the Sporting News regarding his entry into the Hall of Fame, and had some interesting observations. One of which about whether he thought it was going to be happen or going to actually happen, or whether he was surprised that he would be inducted. And he had said, quote, "No, I really was quite surprised." Michael, referring to P.S. Hayes, had mentioned something about it. We didn't really talk too much about it because it was in Atlanta a few years back, referring to when WrestleMania was there. People would say Atlanta feels like the place, but Dallas is a great place too because of what we accomplished and what we did in Dallas.
The Sportatorium.
The Sportatorium in Dallas, world-class championship wrestling, the lengthy feud with the Von Erich family. That's and with the Von Erichs already being in, it makes sense to put their longtime rivals in there in the fabulous Freebirds.
That is.
I can only imagine what kind of pimp suit that Michael P.S. Hayes is going to be rocking out there.
I remember
with.
a couple years ago when Edge was inducted, and he said, "I can only describe what you're wearing as Kermit the Frog's pimp." And that was. Thank you, Edge. Thank you. For multiple reasons.
Yeah, even at his advanced age, Michael P.S. Hayes still has his certain
swagger.
I was about to go Dr. Evil and say certain I don't know what regarding his attire when it comes to dressing up for big occasions.
I'll tell you what, though, it doesn't matter how ridiculous they are. He knows how to rock them. I'm just saying.
This is true. I mean, we're still talking about it, and this is a couple of years after the fact.
Yeah, true.
Kermit the Frog's pimp.
So, speaking of Hall of Famers, like I mentioned a couple minutes.
Hi ho there. Do you have my payment?
Get in the van, Pinky.
I was gonna say, is Ted cringing in the back here? I don't know. It's like, did we cross a line yet? For the second week in a row? Oh, goodness.
Wow. So WWE Hall of Famer is going to donate his brain and spinal cord to the CTE Center. Kevin Nash,
this is really cool.
Yeah, Kevin Nash told ESPN that he will donate his brain and spinal cord to the CTE Center at Boston University and the Concussion Legacy Foundation. Yeah, there you go. That's I got to say before I go any further, that's a very noble move when somebody donates their body to science and research. So, major props to Kevin Nash on that. Nash said, I decided to go ahead. The only way you can diagnose this is after you're dead. I went ahead and gave my spinal cord and my brain to the study, and I carry a card in my wallet that my brain and spine goes to them. It's in my will, of course. My wife's aware of it. He added that his estimated concussion count was easy double figures and noted that scans of his brain have shown abnormalities. So, again, props to Kevin Nash. Hopefully, they won't have to research that for a while.
Yeah, because in the hopes that he'll be sticking around with us for quite a while. But yeah, that's certainly it's certainly a good thing that he's doing. And
it's fun fact. So I was for video production class. We are doing a thing where we have to find a couple of videos and then critique the performance. And I brought up a scene I was going to critique from like the angles and stuff from the movie The Punisher in 2003. Mm-hmm. A certain fight scene between Thomas Jane and there's a character called the Russian. I did not know this, but the Russian is played by none other than Kevin Nash himself.
Huh?
Yeah. It's like one of those things you just see him. He's been in like so many and minor parts in so many movies. Like he was in the movie Grandma's Boy at the beginning.
I remember that.
And you're just like, holy crap, that's Kevin Nash. Or you see somebody, it's like, holy crap.
He's like one of the movers or something, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like one of the repo movers. And it's one of those moments where you see like a wrestling cameo or when it always feels like a sort of a little win when somebody makes a reference or a joke or something like that about wrestling in like sports or in like just regular entertainment. I almost said in sports entertainment. God help me.
Of course you did.
Vince McMahon is smiling in Titan Towers. Got him. It's good to know that at the state of my voice, I can do that Vince McMahon impression and not have to growl so much.
Well, speaking of the state of, I was going to say, a lot of those movie cameos and whatnot are generally shown at the end of OSW reviews.
Are they?
Yeah, that's where I saw that Punisher clip that you were talking about.
When did you see that?
Oh, gosh. It was when they were chronologically critiquing the Hulkamania era pay-per-view by pay-per-view, and I want to say it was somewhere in the 90, 91 range, one of those pay-per-views that they did. I can't remember off the top of my head which one, but...
Yeah, we were watching the Monday Night War the other night on the network, and just... it's just a random note. Like I'm a lot later.
A random note from you? No.
I know, right? It's only like the third time it's happened in the
last 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, give or take. Yeah. But just like I said, you see a certain wrestler make a cameo, you're just like, you look at them and you're like, is that Kevin Nash? Holy crap, it is! Wow. Learn something new every day. So, it's one of those. They're trying to get him apparently to play Cable in the new, or people are saying he should play the character Cable in the next Deadpool movie, which would fit because he looks just like him. Just hopefully he doesn't tear a quad during filming.
That's not right.
That's not right, but it's true. It's a legitimate concern.
Oh, sweet mercy. So let's see. Jake chiming in on the Facebook fan page, a little Facebook feedback. The word is aplomb. I think he's referring to Michael P.S. Hayes' confidence when it comes to his attire choices.
That is true. Just a fair thing for a word of warning or like a request for anybody listening to the show on the Facebook fan page. If you could give us some more, I guess, cameos from wrestlers in movies and such, or TV shows. I don't know. That'd be greatly appreciated. Something to
kind of jump out there.
Something to bring up on the next show.
Yeah, that could be fun. So, your favorite wrestler movie cameos.
You could have your entrant be featured on Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Or something like that. Well, here's a pretty obscure one that, again, I got from OSW. Speaking of, since we were just talking about the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich in the movie Problem Child.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen that movie too, and I'm trying to figure out.
It was near the end in the jail scene. He was one of the prisoners.
Wow.
I know, it's been a while since I've seen Problem Child. Well, actually, that's not true. I deal with them every week here on the program. Hoyo. I got jokes.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Oh, and so does John from Northeast Philly. He, in reference to Kevin Nash and what he's... This is almost sort of wrong here as well. In regards to his donating of the brain and spinal cord to the CTE centers, is remember, Kevin Nash has twice the brain size of Psycho Sid.
That's funny.
I was gonna say, do we have that? Do I have that on? Why would I? Of course, of all the drops that I have, I don't have that one, because you know and I know that you're half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do. I think
and
that was the
Kevin Nash and
Scott Holm
trying not to like lose it on the stage.
Oh, the dying days of Nitro.
Yeah. Wow. What was that?
Oh, okay. And well, I was gonna say, yeah, they're already starting to. Does Ready to Rumble count as a cameo or even as a movie?
No and yes, sort of. If I will say this, just because of all the wrestlers, I actually enjoyed it. It's not just. It wasn't like, I'm not saying it was a great movie. I'm just saying I enjoyed it. So don't get on my case.
You're considering it a guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they have Macho Man within like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Wrestling.
Oh, well, speaking of Macho Man, that's another cameo that was thrown up there.
Spider-Man, right?
Yep. Bonesaw is ready.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
That was great. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that cameo though. Like, I know of it, but I need to watch that cameo at some point.
Which one? The Problem Child one?
No, well that, yeah, and Spider-Man with Randy Savage.
Yeah, no, that was really well done. That was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah, the ones that I grew up with and liked. Not knocking Andrew Garfield. I'm just saying, I like Tobey Maguire version.
Fair enough.
Spider-Man's one of those movies they're just gonna have to keep redoing until Sony actually gives up.
Wow. Okay, on that note, I think we're going to take a minute time out here because we have 2 scheduled breaks, but we have 3 of this one particular commercial letting you know about WWE coming to Trenton. So
we're going to break the fourth wall. Hi, Cole Cabana. How you doing?
That's pretty much what I'm doing. So that'll also give me a chance to, again, clear things out because you can tell that it's not clear at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things you have to do when you need more than 2 breaks, as we usually do. We're just changing up the format as we go along here. It's like a chameleon. Yeah. All right, so we'll be back in a minute and 2.
My Macho Man impression.
Trenton, WWE is about to take over as WWE VIP Experience presents WWE Live Road to WrestleMania. Back in 2016, Saturday night, March 26th at Sun National Bank Center. You'll see Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose.
I'm going to turn you inside out. I'm going to rip your face clean off.
The world's largest athlete, The Big Show.
I'm 7'2", I'm 500 pounds.
Demon Kane.
Nothing can stop me.
The new face of fear, Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family.
We're here.
Kevin Owens, the WWE Divas, and many more in action. Saturday night, March 26th at Sun National Bank Center. It's the best value in entertainment. Tickets start at just $15. Don't wait. Great seats are available now at the box office and ComcastTix.com.
And we're back. That was a quick minute and 2.
And that is a very, very good estimate there. I don't know what I was practicing my Macho Man impression because I realized in the state of my voice it doesn't sound like the Macho Man's on helium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it
sounds like.
Usually
It just had a sip of helium. just a quick hit.
Just a little, just a small little sip. Not a guzzle. Not even like a chug. Just
a quick hit.
Just a little sip. Okay. I'm gonna have to
like
go.
the one you're gonna be getting from me before we get to the car on the way out of here. quick hit.
Oh, that's nice. You're promoting that? You're gonna hit a child, Fearon? Do you feel proud of yourself? You're gonna have to at least wait, like, I don't know, what's say the 5th? You're gonna have
13 days.
Yeah, thank you. I'm bad at math. So are you, but yeah.
I was gonna say I had that pretty quick, and that's some Neshaminy math right there.
My head is clogged. Okay, can you just give me a second to decompress?
All right. Well, while you're decompressing, I'll throw this little tidbit out at you. A couple more new markets for the WWE Network. That's right. WWE announcing on Tuesday that fans in Thailand and the Philippines can order the WWE Network online. The cost for the respective countries? Well, in Thailand, it's about 353 Thai baht. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, it is 467 Philippine pesos. Want to guess what those both equate to in U.S. dollars?
$9.99.
You got it.
Of course it does.
Of course it does. Well, I'm the one who did the conversion, so I think it's just the charge of $9.99 U.S., so that way if there's a fluctuation in the respective currencies that WWE still gets their $9.99, just depending on how many Thai baht and Philippine pesos it would actually fluctuate to. Yeah. But that is a higher level of economics than I really know about.
Yep.
I'll have to go to Nick Camarado on that or something.
Or Major,
yeah. Well, that's if we're doing taxes in those countries.
Well, true, but they at least would probably have to know the exchange rate and such. I mean, it's a part of it. You don't just take accounting, you take some sort of economics classes too, I would assume.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. That's why I'm not in that.
Yeah, neither am I.
Let's see. WWE reaching a social media milestone. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
They issued a press release Monday to announce that they have topped 10 million YouTube subscribers.
Yay. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. Yeah. Similarly,
that's big, though. That's really good.
Similarly, in the next couple weeks, I hope to issue a press release to announce that I've topped 37 YouTube subscribers.
I'm just hoping to...
That's not too far off. I forget exactly how many I have.
I'm just hoping to get one Twitter follower that isn't a robot, besides you. I mean, one new Twitter follower that isn't a robot. I can't tell you how many new Twitter followers I have that are just spam.
Huh.
Are you checking your YouTube subscribers right now, Fearon? Is that what we have a show to do?
I'm looking at the Facebook feedback here. John chiming in again. I ain't got time to bleed. Someone said that in the movie, or at least that's what the government said happened. Oh, little
Jesse Ventura and
Jesse
Predator.
Ventura reference. Yeah,
that's nice.
And I was gonna say Bob chiming in with something about hard-boiled Haggerty. I'll have to figure out exactly.
Dominic DeNucci. Where's Dominic DeNucci?
It's funny. Before the show, gosh, it seems like not a week goes by that I don't think about Nick Cataldi in some regard, just because of the fun banter that the three of us had here on the show in the short year and change that the three of us had this gig together.
Yeah.
And I mean, just some of the things. One of the things I was pulling up from. Gosh, I think it was August of 2014, I want to say, where you had said something about we're coming for you, Canadian.
Yeah, I remember that. And you were like, no. I'm like, I understand. I got it. I get it. We're on the air. I can't say anything bad.
You can't say that other word that Booker T made so famous.
I know. I'm very aware, sir. Well, I don't think Booker T made it famous, but we're just going to stop there.
Well, I mean, the "we coming for you," that part of it.
Yeah, the phrase, the saying.
That 5-word phrase.
We're going to veer off this subject now before we start getting letters. Let's not have let's just,
Here we go. Here's a little Nick blast from the past.
You impressed me twice in 5 minutes. It took you years to do it. But
it took years to do it.
But you managed to pull. No, sir, that was pretty good.
There we go. A little. I don't know why I was thinking of Nick earlier. I guess it was just some overall reminiscing.
It's just that it was fun having him all on the air, the three of us. I miss him.
Yeah, I do too. I can only imagine how many Dominic DeNucci references he would have made by now.
Do 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 do.
Oh, jeez. All right. I was gonna say I know that we had that little like mini break in the mids here, but I guess we should probably take our second official timeout.
True.
Which of course means you know what time it is. You were about to say birthdays.
I was actually.
You were on autopilot.
I was. I don't have a problem admitting it either. I was going to say birthdays, but we're going to say that for.
No, that's in probably about 15 minutes or so. No, it's time to tell you about my friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery. Ooh is right.
Tell.
Today, it's another frickin' awesome Saturday at the Broken Goblet Brewery at 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, the boys at B-Gob will be tapping a firkin of wheat ale brewed with rose hips.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rose hips?
Rose hips.
Rose hips.
Mm-hmm.
Do they lie? Or do the rose hips not lie, Fearon? That's what I was going for there.
Oh, okay. My hips don't lie. Okay, yeah. Now I understand. It's funny because it's a pop culture song reference.
And yeah.
Okay. Plus, if you didn't get your bottles from the bottle release last night, you definitely want to get them soon. The Peppermint White Chocolate Yin Yang Oatmeal Stout.
Ooh.
Yes, the Goblet's classic oatmeal stout brewed with white chocolate peppermint tea. Yeah, definitely something to enjoy on a cold night, and we don't have too terribly many of those left as spring is upon us, and going to actually get some temperatures in the 60s and even lower 70s next week.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a fun little drink there.
Yeah, plus featured on tap, the voted for in the Tea-Cision, the 2016 version of Bubba's Tea Bag, the ale brewed with cinnamon plum tea. Which it is very good. I will say that I've had one or two of those in the last couple of weeks.
Very nice.
Yeah, those are just some of the delicious concoctions at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. That's Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. All right, we're coming back. We've got birthdays today in wrestling history, a little more news and notes. Some not-so-good news regarding one of the Monster Factory's own in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of bad news when it comes to that. All that and more. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, March 5. On this date in 2001, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Washington, D.C. In the main event, Steve Austin and The Rock defeated Kurt Angle and Triple H in a tag team match. On this date in 2003, the NWA TNA held its weekly pay-per-view number 34. In the main event, Raven pinned the Sandman in a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. On this date in 2007, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Phoenix, Arizona. In the main event, John Cena defeated Johnny Nitro by disqualification. On this date in 2012, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Boston, Massachusetts. In the main event, Kane pinned R-Truth. This has been Today in Wrestling History, March 5.
Hi, this is Jim Cornette, and you're listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Derry on 1490 WBCB.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Twitch DeSangro, Lucas Twitch DeSangro. You have so many nicknames, I don't know which bloody one to call you at any particular point.
Well, I mean, if we're on the air, it's Lucas the Intern.
Lucas the Intern.
Or Twitch the Intern, or
Twitch the Intern.
Or the Twitch Turn. You can call me that.
Yeah, see, there's too many different combinations here.
We'll just come up with one for now, and the rest we'll keep in the back of our heads, and then we'll, throw them out there every now and then,
Son of a twitch. That always seems to work out well.
Yeah, but that's just like, that's.
Hey, I got a pop from Ted Efaw in the back here from that one, so he started cracking up as I threw that out there.
That is very true. You did get a pop, didn't you?
Yeah, every once in a while I get those. You know how it is.
A lot more than I get. So
Mike Samsel said it so well.
When we're good, we're pretty okay, but when we're bad, we're great.
Where has Samsel been? This is around the time he gets to be a wrestling fan.
Well, first of all, he's had a lot of obligations as being the news director here at WBCB.
That is true.
He's here Monday to Friday taking care of a lot of that, so getting up here for a Saturday is a bit of an issue. Plus, I know that he and our program director do some stuff, I believe, for Westchester University.
Ooh, very nice.
As far as various commentatings and whatnot. And I know that both of those teams are doing, as far as basketball, doing very well as far as the playoffs go. So they're in a playoff push at the moment. So that's why we haven't seen too much of Mr. Samsel. Although the days that he has been available, we've been at the Monster Factory, so that's been the other issue.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has said on a couple of occasions, the one Saturday that I have off and you guys are down at the Monster Factory. What the bleep? Yeah, just, I mean, that's pretty much how a Samsel conversation goes with me, just, again, cleaning it up for radio.
Very, very good, Fearon. Very good.
Yeah. And there's a lot that I cleaned up out of it. I just...
Yes, well.
Ted is looking over like, you are just completely selling Samsel down the river. What the hell's the matter with you?
He's listening, that's all right.
I'm sure, yeah. He'll probably send me a text or something.
Why I oughta... Yeah.
Yeah, that's about how I feel.
Well, at least we've got our spirits, huh?
Exactly. So, hey, did you hear about this? A particular wrestler who's making a run for political office?
I believe I did, but why don't you tell the listeners?
Well,
I almost said viewers.
Yeah, no Periscope in this particular instance.
I just am a
But
mess.
yeah, I mean, not to be confused with the WWE Hall of Famer who is trying to make his way to the White House, which I know we've been.
Yeah, we don't like it.
Oh, okay. What?
Twitch and I don't like to talk about him.
Okay, so we're leaving Trump out of this.
We
Got
like
it.
staying on the air, if you will, Fearon.
There we go. Well, actually, I'll take this right from the FoxSports.com article that's here. In an election year where Donald Trump has a legitimate shot at becoming president thanks to a WWE-style political campaign, why can't a bona fide pro wrestler get elected to office? Terrence Guerin. That name ring a bell at all?
Gore.
Yes, Rhino.
I can't say it does. I mean, yes.
Well, he announced Thursday on his Twitter account that he is running to become the state representative for his district in Dearborn, Michigan. He has a nifty campaign slogan already picked out. I'll fight for you.
That's good. That's very good. Very, very good.
He goes on to say, the cool thing about what wrestling has done for me is opening a lot of doors. It's given me a loud voice. That's very important when you represent people and want to try to get stuff done. You want someone representing you who knows how hard it is to get doors open. He then laughed and added, if people shut them on me, I can just kick them down.
And then, I don't know. I definitely want to hear his speeches.
It says he may be a long shot to win against more established and experienced candidates, but he already has overcome huge odds to become a pro wrestling star. The 5'10", 260-pound Guerin remains a headliner on the independent circuit after having toured throughout the world for 22 years with companies that included WWE, TNA Wrestling, and Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Wow.
His ties remain strong as he appeared in December on an episode of Monday Night Raw, teaming with fellow ECW legends Tommy Dreamer and the Dudley Boys.
Is he still with NXT, or I'm guessing he is not with WWE anymore?
Well, I think it's probably like a per diem type deal.
Yeah. Sort of like with what they had with Rob Van Dam.
I guess. He goes on to say, I told Vince, I hope I can make you proud. And he says, you already have. He then followed up by saying, if there was anything that WWE could do to help, let them know. So, yeah, he didn't ask what party I was running for or this and that. The McMahons' love for their country is just contagious. Yeah, hopefully he'll do better than Linda McMahon did with running for Senate.
Come on.
What?
That's my job to make that joke, and I didn't even want to. Yeah. Oh, we're good. We're done.
You're good? Okay. Just.
It's a little too late to turn off the mic now, Fearon.
Well, I mean, you were going to. Yeah. Okay. I won't even describe or anything of that nature. And then the story goes on to talk about WWE's long history with Donald Trump. You gonna sigh every time I mention his name?
That was more of like a grunt of nuts. Fine, let's get it over with, Fearon.
I mean, it talks about the Battle of the Billionaires and okay, and then Rhino's take on the whole Donald Trump thing, which I'm not even going to get into. Yeah. We're not going to turn this into Saturday Speak Your Piece.
Nope.
Where's my newspaper and my water? We're having fun on Saturday afternoon, Michael. Oh, goodness. At least we're having some laughs. At least that's what we're trying to do here.
That's good.
All right. So from Ring of Honor this past week, unfortunately, Leo Rush beating Punisher Martinez to advance to the finals of the Top Prospect Tournament. So all the factory folk are out, but they had a good showing. In fact, Taz on his podcast had some very strong praise for Punisher Martinez.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can pull that up at some point. The other Top Prospect Tournament semifinal saw Brian Fury beating Action Ortiz. So Leo Rush and Brian Fury, that'll be your final coming up on Ring of Honor TV sometime in the near future. Also in other news, Cricket Wireless pairing with WWE. That's right. Prepaid wireless brand Cricket Wireless has teamed up with WWE for a multi-year sponsorship agreement. The highlight of their relationship is that Cricket Wireless will sponsor the WWE Network. So there you go. WWE Network brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Plus, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler will be Cricket brand ambassadors. Whatever that means.
Means they're probably going to have them appear in commercials every now and then, which I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I guess you can't really go wrong with that necessarily.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to say, we're just about ready to get our way on out of here. So now that would mean that it's time for... Oh, wait. Holding on. What am I holding on for?
Well, the WrestleMania lineup. We still haven't gone over that.
Well, we got 4 weeks.
There's only 29 days, Fearon.
Oh, sweet mercy. All right. Well, do you want that or do you want me to...
I thought you'd never ask. So... Wow.
This no good son of a twitch.
Teddy Fall just popped in the back. So the
Stop
WrestleMania...
marking out over there.
Sorry. I'm not sorry this time. So 29 days until WrestleMania, and the lineup is Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. Shane wins, he controls Raw. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match. I will tell you, I've been waiting for this sort of a matchup to happen to either of these men. I'm getting a 3-1. Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar fighting that. Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match. Dean Ambrose in a no-holds-barred match. There, okay?
You're just happy about all three of those things individually, and they're all just
smushed
into one giant lovable match.
Yes, and then Triple H defends his WWE Championship against Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and that was my kicked his leg out of his leg moment.
That was. Good job.
Anyway, you were saying?
Oh goodness. Well, I was gonna say, considering where you're just all over the place here, I was going to pull up this drop.
Well, this is the time where we go off the script.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
I love it.
Certainly feels that way. I was going to say, well, this is where we should go back on the script, because this is usually around the time for...
birthdays!
Yeah, we're saving that one for a drop. All right, I got a couple of them for you. On this date in 1976, Tim Sylvia was born.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Ted.
The former two-time UFC heavyweight champion who also wrestled for Antonio Inoki's Inoki Genome Federation turns 40 today. Yeah, you could tell I was really stretching for this one. On this date in 1985, Martin Casaus was born. The former WWE Tough Enough competitor who was forced to leave the competition due to suffering a fractured foot, and current Lucha Underground competitor known as Marty the Moth Martinez turns 31 today. Yeah, some weeks you get a bunch. Some weeks you gotta dig deep to get some decent birthdays.
A veritable who's that of wrestlers.
Exactly. And well, one place where you won't get a veritable who's that of wrestlers is at the MFPW.
That is correct.
You knew I was finding a way to sneak that back in here. The huge the MFPW event going on tonight. Fan Appreciation Night. Tickets at the door, just $10. Definitely want to check it out, as well as the Monster Factory and the MFPW and the MF Network. Check all that stuff out. We'll be back here in studio next week, and hopefully we'll be feeling a lot better. One person who's always feeling good, though, Nutsy. Play us out.
1 o'clock in all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB.